Hi everyone, welcome to our latest video. Pleased to be able to show you today a bike that's recently arrived in part exchange. This 2005 05 plate Honda CBR 1000 RR5, and obviously most of you all know this as the Fireblade, that iconic name. And as I just mentioned, she's an 05 2005. And this bike has covered 24,600 miles. So those of you that are familiar with us and follow the page, you'll be aware that predominantly we deal in immaculate low mileage bikes. However, from time to time we do get a part exchange in that's worthy of the Mid Essex Motorcycles name, and this is one of them. I think fundamentally the reason we're retailing this bike is because it's an awful lot of bike, in our opinion, for not a huge amount of money. So basically what we've got here is the 2005 Fireblade, 171 brake horsepower. The RR4 and the RR5, obviously the incarnations of the Fireblade that followed on from the 954, that extra capacity up to 1000cc took it up another sort of 20-25 horsepower. So whilst it's a longer, heavier bike, it had the brake horsepower to match. And if you read the reviews, it's everything a Fireblade should be. It's still obscenely fast, like all these 1000cc bikes are, but it's really easy to ride fast as well. So if, like me, you know, you like going quick but you're also aware of your limitations, sometimes a Fireblade is the right option. Now you'll see it's finished in the TT Legends colour scheme. This is aftermarket bodywork, but I have to say it's good quality aftermarket bodywork. And I think the colour scheme actually lends itself to modernising the bike somewhat. You'll see this straight line here between the belly pan, or the lower fairing, and the upper fairing. And on most of the colour schemes, that was definitively a straight line, whereas the lower section was one colour and the upper section was another. And I think this diagonal line, this gold pinstripe that separates the red from the black from the blue, sort of hides the sort of brashness of that straight horizontal line, and as I say, probably lends itself to looking a slightly more modern bike than it is. Certainly notwithstanding the fact that the TT Legends colour scheme, I believe, didn't come out until the 2012 model year bike. But nonetheless, she's a clean and tidy bike, not without blemish, as I think most people would appreciate a 13-year-old bike with 24,000 miles. I'll just highlight some of those. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but just a little bit of bubbling to the belly pan on the right hand side. Engine casings and everything absolutely unmarked. No scuffs or scratches to the frame. Not in fact even any boot marks, which is quite rare on a bike of this age, but as I say, generally clean and tidy. Doesn't appear to show any signs of ever being over. As you can see, the swing arm is unmarked, other than a couple of tiny little chips there. The rear wheel has the odd chip, which I think is fair to say can be picked up over the years, but again, nothing dramatic, and I think if nothing else, it lends itself to the fact that it's largely an original bike, obviously other than the aftermarket fairings. So you can see we've got a pillion cover there. we've got an RNG tail tidy, which basically encompasses this rather neat and lovely sounding Danmoto exhaust. Does sound really nice, and we'll start it up for you shortly. Down on the left side of the bike you can see that we've got a sort of fairly recent Renthal rear sprocket, and again nothing to suggest that the bike's ever been over on the swing arm. Small amount of wear stroke corrosion on the just on the surface of the swing arm there. Relatively clean in the rear shock assembly and the back of the engine, and the same applies for the left hand side of the frame as the right. No boot marks or wear. So as I say, 171 horsepower engine, Tokiko radial mounted brake calipers. You know, it's a bike that could certainly still get you into a lot of trouble. On our bumpy British roads, we can be comforted by the fact that you've got the Honda electronic steering damper there. The digital clock and lap timer on there is nothing but the previous owner's want, certainly not standard. Just a reminder that I've just fitted a new charging point there for an Optimate as well. Not the easiest bike in the world to fit one of those actually, because there's very little space from the battery compartment to route one through. Okay, just getting back to blemishes. Probably the most noticeable thing on the bike is a crack repair to the front fender. Now that is something between now and when the next person comes down to view the bike arrives that we do intend to resolve that, but again, part exchange to clear with 24,000 miles, it's not going to be without its blemishes. But we've got some front fork protectors there as well, as you can see. Got these slightly smoked LED flush fit front indicators as well. And again, if we're being fussy, you can possibly also see on the left hand side belly pan there's a mark of some description there, but I don't think it detracts from the overall look of a clean and tidy and very fast bike. Okay, I'll start her up for you. See the instrument panel do its self check. Now, I've just carried out a full service on this bike. As we've said in the listing, it's not a full service history, but part service history, but quite a number of invoices for parts, engine oil filters, air filters, a number of things over the years that lead us to believe that she's been well serviced by previous keepers. We ourselves have just carried out engine oil and filter, coolant flush, brake and clutch fluids and spark plugs, as well as all the usual things you'd expect, tyre pressures, chain adjustment, etc. But as I say, despite the fact that she's an older bike with a few more miles than we're used to, we've still serviced her as you'd expect. as I say, including the spark plugs, which is not a particularly easy job on these, but very time consuming. And she's been fitted with NGK laser iridium plugs as well. Just one thing I overlooked is that you'll notice that we've got a rear tail light there, which has actually got integrated indicators as well. We've got all the standard stuff if you did want to put it back to standard, but I think that looks really neat and tidy on the back there. Just give that throttle a blip so you can hear the exhaust. Really nice rasping sound, particularly on the overrun. It sort of burbles and pops. And just finally, just to confirm that we've got some really good quality Pirelli Diablo Rosso 2 tyres with lots of tread left, front and rear, and we've got an MOT till December this year. So basically, having just been fully serviced by ourselves, she's ready to go. And just to summarise, as I say, slightly older and with slightly higher mileage than we're used to, but nonetheless a nice clean and tidy Honda CBR 1000 RR5 Fireblade, 24,800 miles. Forgive me, I may have quoted a couple of hundred miles less earlier on, but Danmoto exhaust, number of other nice additions, tinted race screen, and this bike's available at 3795. I hope you enjoyed the video.